All right,
Unmute Ms. Brown Crouch there.
ready, Chip?
Ready, let's go.
All right, I'd like to call this meeting of James Allen Public Service District, electronic virtual meeting for Monday, April 27th at 10 o'clock a.m. Cameron, may we have the Freedom of Information Act?
Freedom of Information Act. In compliance with the Freedom of Information Act, notice of this meeting and its agenda were provided to all news media and persons requesting notification.
All right, may we have the roll call?
Commissioner Brown Crouch.
Yes.
Commissioner Clifford.
Here.
Commissioner Engelmann.
Here.
Commissioner Laughlin. Commissioner Platt. Commissioner Poston.
Here.
Commissioner Woolsey.
Aloha.
Commissioner Laughlin. Commissioner Platt.
You can definitely see that Mr. Platt is on.
And Alan seems to be on as well.
Okay. Item number 3, can we have a motion to approve the 6th supplemental resolution?
I so moved. I second.
Ms. Woolsey moved and Ms. Poston seconded. Any discussion needed on this? As John Gray would say, therefore, may I have the votes, please?
Commissioner Brown Crouch.
Yes.
Commissioner Clifford.
Yes.
Commissioner Engelmann.
Yes.
Commissioner Laughlin. Commissioner Platt. Commissioner Poston.
Yes.
Commissioner Woolsey.
Yes.
Okay, passed
Carries.
5. All right, number 4, a motion to approve the 7th supplemental resolution.
Make that motion.
All right, I'm gonna give this one to Ms. Clifford, and Kathy, you second it. Any discussion on this one? Therefore, can we have the roll call vote?
Alan looks like he keeps trying to talk. Commissioner Laughlin, if you're on the line and keep trying to talk, if you'll turn the volume up on your phone, we cannot hear you.
Can he do a chat?
No, he'd have to be on the screen.
Oh, he's on phone?
He's on the phone. I mean, it shows that he's here and it shows he's unmuted.
Okay. All right, can we have a roll call vote, Ms. Tamara?
Commissioner Brown Crouch.
Yes.
Commissioner Clifford.
Yes.
Commissioner Engelmann.
Yes.
Commissioner Laughlin. Commissioner Platt. Commissioner Poston.
Yes.
Commissioner Woolsey.
Yes.
Motion carries.
Thank you. Item number 5 is motion to approve the easement right-of-way to Dominion Energy. May I have a motion to approve?
I
So
so moved.
moved.
Okay, I'll second it.
All right, Commissioner Brown Crouch moved, Commissioner Woolsey seconded. Any discussion on this?
This is right in front of the fire station, right?
Right.
Yes.
And I loved how Chief Seabolt phrased it. Well, we could deny this and just cut off power to that whole side of the island. I love that. Can we have a roll call vote, Ms. Tamara? Or, I'm sorry, any further discussion? Okay. Can we have a roll call vote, Tamara?
Have Mr. Laughlin on the line. Oh, please. Mr. Laughlin.
Chip, on yours, do we have to approve that?
No.
Said-
Yeah.
Just say,
It's
you're
just
gonna
for
be sending the
discussion.
letter out?
Just for discussion.
Well, we're almost finished then. I told her it'd be 15 minutes to an hour and 45 minutes.
Mr. Laughlin is saying that he's sitting in front of his computer and it says that the host has locked the meeting. Is there any way to let him in?
He was in when I locked it.
Can you unlock it?
Yeah.
Stand by, Mr. Laughlin.
It's unlocked.
It's unlocked. See if you can get in. Right.
Is the live stream also going? CD says he's having a hard time accessing it.
We're having technical difficulties. We're going to post it as soon as we get done with the meeting. So
Join
it's
audio.
being recorded. There's Alan.
Okay,
I
good.
thought so. Who's this?
We are on agenda item number
His
5.
progress, his home time.
Motion to approve the easement.
There we go.
Here you go. Can you
Yeah.
hear? Here.
There he is.
Oh, there he is. Hi, Alan.
Connecting.
Here he is.
I think he has probably some discussion on,
Hmm.
probably has some discussion on the prior agenda items, given that he had technical difficulties.
Well, I'll ask
Let
him
him put
if it's
his-
something really
just-
burning because we did already vote on
Let
it.
him
Can
put
you
it-
hear us now?
Let him put it on the record and then we'll move on.
He's
Alan, can you hear us?
Still connected.
Nope.
Hey, finally.
Finally. Well, while we were trying to get you, we went through the first 5 items, and we voted on both resolutions and the easement. Did you want to put it on record that you had questions for that since we've already voted on it?
Well, it's the same questions that I sent in the email.
Okay. All right. But we have voted on it, so I guess we don't need to go back into it. But, because the only thing we have left is the number 6 now. And that's not a item to vote on. It's just that the attorney has a letter that he's going to be sending to the papers for the advertisement for the district manager job. Only thing I did want to know is, do we have an address where they're going to send their applications to?
I thought we had decided on using an email, and I don't think we've taken the vote on the easement yet. I think we were getting ready to.
Oh, that's right. I was waiting on a roll call vote while she was getting Commissioner Lawford. Thank you so much. Tamara, can we have a roll call vote on the easement improvement?
Yes, Commissioner Brown Crouch,
Yes.
Commissioner Clifford,
Yes,
Commissioner Engelmann,
Yes.
Commissioner Laughlin,
Yes,
Commissioner Platt, Commissioner Poston,
Yes.
Commissioner Woolsey.
Yes.
Mr. Platt is calling me. You all want to hold?
sure.
Oh, my God.
I tell you, I was trying for about 15 minutes to get in, and it kept on telling me that the host had locked it out.
See that? We see your name on the screen.
Yeah, I didn't lock it until you came in. Is your number 843-762-6466?
Yes, I'm next.
That's mine.
Oh, gotcha.
Crouch.
So Chuck,
Yeah.
so FOIA technically requires the public to be able to access any meeting. And so my concern about it not being on or available in live stream format is that we could be accused of having a meeting behind closed scenes, which is effectively the true intent of FOIA. So it seems to me, if there's not a public access authorization right now, I'm not sure that the action items that we've taken action on are valid for FOIA purposes.
Well, I don't agree because we gave them, the public comment was suspended. We told them they could submit questions by email to any of the commissioners. We had it set up to live stream. We've had technical difficulties. It's going to get posted as soon as we get off of the call. I mean, the public wouldn't be able to do anything more than what they would do if the meeting was recorded and put up.
The advice we've gotten from the other public bodies or the municipal association, the county association, is that it needs to be publicly accessible. it's probably a question of fact, and that's, my only question is I have to get a bond opinion on the validity of the actions that were taken for these two series resolutions. And I'm not sure I can get there.
For the two resolutions, I mean, it is going to be publicly accessible.
But it's not currently. I'm not trying to just throw a stick in the smoke, but
I mean, it's somewhat uncharted waters. Lawrence. I guess my question to you is, what's the difference in the public having it in 10 minutes versus the public being able to watch it on live stream? They can't comment. They can't make any suggestions to the commissioners because there is no public comment period. So, I mean, we got all the commissioners here. We have a quorum. We actually have full attendance.
Understood. The technical rules of it, though, said it has to be publicly available. And I don't know what that means.
Well, I mean, publicly available could mean live or it could mean recorded. I think we're in uncharted territory from that standpoint.
Absolutely agree on that.
Mr. Platt can hear us. He's unable to get his audio to work, but he's going to listen on, and he's also going to email his votes. We can continue on.
All right, we're on item number 6. We were talking about advertisement for the district manager position. Our attorney has written up a letter to that effect, and we're going to put it out. I asked Commissioner Clifford, they're going to an email address.
Yes.
So her committee will have access to the applications. Do we have a closing date on this? Opening and closing date on the letter?
Well, the position itself that will be posted, I don't think has a closing date on it, but we can certainly add one. How long do y'all want to give it?
Sandy, I would suggest saying until filled. I think we should be it ongoing and just interview people and close it when it's filled. Both job openings will say that. Position open until filled.
Might I say something?
Yes,
ma'am.
go ahead.
I think we need to put a deadline. This can go on forever. We need to put a deadline. We need to come up with a date. I mean, we can go on forever. We need to come up with a date. How long we're going to do 60 days? What? You can't just leave things hanging. I mean, it doesn't make sense.
Okay, what's other opinions on that? Alan, Marilyn, Meredith?
Well, given the situation that we're in now, this is quite unusual. The last time we did the publication, it ran from August 4th to August 23rd, which was roughly, 2.5 weeks, 2 weeks, 2 weeks. Math is not my strong point. And we haven't just, I'm sorry?
I said just under 3 weeks, but yeah.
And have we come to a decision on the medium in which we're going to advertise it? Written print is nice, but as you can see, the vast majority of everybody is doing things on the computer. So what I liked about the Post and Courier advertisement is that they did include a time period of monster.com, and that was included in the price. So from the last time, from the information that we had from last time, and that Post and Courier would display it on monster.com, Max Recruit for 2 Sundays. The cost at that time was $804. And cost is consideration because the last time we did this, it was $8,157.69.
God.
So that's quite significant. So I think we need to address, like I said, the avenue, but if y'all just looking for caps and stuff like that, then we have from manager, can because since he's the one that's there, if we did put a cap on it and we get no responses or we get limited responses, you know, and kind of like what Commissioner Crouch said, what if it dragged on forever? You know, who's to say that the manager wants to be there?
And I agree.
So 3 weeks,
Madam Chairman?
it's going to come down to cost, I think, too, because that's got to be a consideration. And I sure hope, I can't find my copy of it, but I sure hope we took out that requirement about living on James Island. I just think that was ridiculous. I hope that was done.
Yeah, that wasn't in there. You know, we can't force somebody to live on James Island. We have firemen that live all over the Charleston County, Berkeley County and all. I think that's unrealistic.
All right, so back to the point, they want to know whether to let this drag on forever or to try to put a cap on it. So
I would say 90 days.
you want to say July 1st?
I would be in the
think
middle of, say,
let's run
60
this
days.
ad for 30 days. 30 days.
I don't think 30 days is long enough.
I agree.
Let's go
July
to July,
1st.
say 60 days.
Yes, I think that July 1st would be a good date to say that will be, we'll take applications until July 1st.
Go ahead, Alan. Alan?
Well, we're in April now. If we get this posted quickly enough, we could have May and June. And I agree with Commissioner Poston about have it close out by June the 30th, so that we would start the new year with new applications. And then we could set an internal time limit of when we wanted to have the decision made.
Sure.
Well, I'm fine with that. If the majority of y'all want the July 1st, I have no problem with that. We still have another application on the table with you. Don't you have, Marilyn, one application? Or two, actually.
Oh, you mean that was submitted prior?
Mm-hmm.
We had 4. We had one that was handwritten and the other 3 were turned in.
Okay.
Well, and I think based on the fact that we've changed some of the requirements as far as where the person has to reside and a little bit about the position description, I would think those people need to be contacted to tell them that they need to resubmit.
Yes, sir, I agree wholeheartedly.
And I think we ought to be vetting these people and doing all that as they come in and not wait until July 1st to look at them, but start looking at them as soon as they come in. We'll start vetting them and looking at these people. We might find somebody in 2 weeks that we would think is great. It might take us to the end of the month or whatever, but I think we ought to be looking at them as we go along.
Well, I would like to think that the committee would be looking at them ahead of time as well. Alan had a question, I believe.
Alan, would
Yeah, I do have a question. My question is, are we going to go with print advertising only, or are we going to hire a headhunter in there?
Well,
I don't like the headhunters, and if you're putting this application on Monster.com, then I don't see why we need a headhunter.
I agree.
We do not.
And the terms actually, so your question is, are we only going to do print as opposed to communications through computers and the internet and the cloud and all that? Then absolutely, we need to have it through the computers and the media sources that are not in hard print. Print is, it's a dying art, I hate to say.
Okay, is anyone opposed to using the internet and media on top of the print newspaper?
I think, Madam Chairman?
Yes, ma'am.
I think that we have really blown us out of the water. We need to submit the application, Let's put a deadline. Let's go from there. All these other things, if people want to apply, they will apply. If not, they won't. We got 4 applications before. I mean, I am just, this has been going on too long. I am tired just with one thing over and over. We need to just get this done with. And today.
Okay, well, I'm gonna give Chip permission to go ahead with the advertisement. We could maybe do the computers, the internet, and additional things to branch out. There might be somebody sitting in North Carolina that says that's what I want to look at. But I do agree with Commissioner Clifford about interviewing them along the way rather than one weekend. So, all right, that's what we're gonna handle on that. I'm gonna let Chip have the final word.
Yeah, just for clarity, I mean, I redrafted the job description and the application. I don't think y'all want to pay us to administer the posting of it and all that type of stuff. I think that needs to be handled in-house.
Lisa could do that as part of the HR task, correct?
I don't think that's a good idea since Lisa is one of the people who applied last time.
Okay,
So
well,
do you think Chip should handle the posting it or give it back to the district?
Have them
No,
send it to Clifford.
I'll do it. I'll contact Post and Courier and I will get the information on how to do it through Career Builder or monster.com and find out what we're looking at in that term. But absolutely, the Post and Courier start local and branch out, not like we did last time, not into Georgia and such. Now that we'll have the computer, they'll be able to access it depending on what media we choose to use. At present, we can start distribution with Post and Courier. I'll contact them and they will have it on Monster and Max Recruit. And I will have to double check with them on the prices too, because I'm sure that they're just like any other business. There may be a discount available given the situation we're all in.
Okay, Chief Seabolt has a question, then we're gonna close out and go ahead.
Madam Chair, Tamara usually does most of the postings, so she could certainly take care of that. We have a district credit card right there. She could handle the posting and have everything sent to Commissioner Clifford.
Okay, Tamara, will
That'd be
you
great.
handle that? When you send it, will you copy us all so we know when it's going out on?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, can we have a way?
I would also suggest talking to the county association, municipal association, and the SPD association. They all have websites to post
All
it.
right. Chip has a final question and then we're going to make a motion to adjourn.
Well, this is more for a little bit of discussion with Lawrence. I mean, obviously the bond opinion is a big issue. I'm looking at the emergency resolution that was adopted. In regards to the public access, it doesn't say that it has to be live, but I mean, I don't want to do anything that jeopardizes your ability to get the bond opinion. So our intent was to have it live streamed. We had technical difficulty. It's going to get posted immediately. The way that I read the resolution, it says that as long as each commissioner is given the opportunity to speak, it must have the capability of being heard, which I think we've resolved that. Votes can still be conducted by verbal. The meeting shall be recorded or minutes kept in the same manner as in-person meetings. As far as the public access, it just says they have to have access to it. I don't know if that means they have to have live access or they just have to be able to watch it. Did we get any questions, Tamara, beforehand?
We did not.
Yeah, and this may be overly technical. FOIA, so 3460 says every meeting of all public bodies shall be open to public unless closed pursuant to 3470. So the only way you could close it is if you were having an executive session. And so the idea that it's not publicly accessible gives me some heartburn. Can we plan to just maybe reconvene on a phone call later today or tomorrow and chat through the thinking on it? Because you're going to have to give an opinion as well.
Yeah, I mean, I think the vote, let's let it stay the way that it is. If we need to redo it then and ratify it, we can,
Yeah, worst case scenario, and it pushes it out 30 days, is we revisit this in May.
That's right. That's basically where we settle out.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we can go forth with it, all of Lawrence, you and Tim and Chip check on that today if we need to when we have our meeting in May, which I'd love the meeting in May just to be a budget meeting, no other things added, so we can have time to discuss the budget. But,
and it may be as simple as ratifying what we did.
yeah, if we need to ratify at that time, we will.
We'll
Okay,
figure
do we
that
have a motion to adjourn?
Move for adjournment.
I second.
All right, Commissioner Brown Crouch moved and Commissioner Poston seconded. Chip, can I borrow your pen? All right, goodbye, ladies and gentlemen, thank you.
Thanks, guys. Be safe.
All right,
Bye, everybody.
see you
Take care.
guys.
I hope you
Bye,
all are
guys.
doing well.